Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
On this wonderful Monday morning for us. And we were just feeling the spring already coming in. The sun is shining and the birds are really starting to have a ball. And we really feel the new energy. It came in really last week with the new moon, don't you think? It was incredible. That's how these new seeds are activated somehow, so that the spring in our hemisphere is getting ready, and we're ready for it too, for the new.
Oh, we're definitely ready, and there's new
Yeah.
energy in the air. Last night we had a very, very special moment doing a blessing ceremony for our new temple space, the Temple of the One Heart, and the Chamber of Consolation, which debuted yesterday, and it was so beautiful. And many, many people there, and with Mahima, who holds that chamber of consolation, who will be holding that chamber once a month for as long as it is needed.
Yeah, it was so incredible because we felt the field building up in a way, and there was this moment for me like that this divine mother energy was embracing the whole space and permeating all of us in a way. And it came with the sounds of and the frequency that Mahima was activating in the field. So it was a very special moment, and I'm still digesting it. I feel it's still with me. It went through the night, and it's been really caring and calming and nourishing and on a very specific level, very relaxing and bringing in trust in the field and all these little bits of information that you absorb when you feel the music and you hear the sound coming through Mahima, bringing it in, bringing it towards us. I'm really grateful that we have the opportunity to do this. So
Yeah,
yeah, it was a
pure,
really beautiful
pure,
experience.
pure magic, and place to be
Yeah,
held, space to be held. Really, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I while we are on this, what I wanted to say is there was a question actually in the school from someone who was reading our new book, and she was asking a question about our meditations in relationship of the reading of the book and what happens and how does it work when you repeat the meditations. And since we have lots of experience on them now for a couple of years, I think it's important maybe that we share a little bit on that, don't you think?
Yeah,
So
it is it's a really great question because we are changing so fast now. Humanity's consciousness is changing so fast, and as we absorb this new light that is coming in and we shed the denser layers, our perception is changing. So, what happens is when we read this kind of a book, which is a series of 8 meditations with their teachings, I don't know if you have a copy of it there to show,
yeah,
but
I
when we
have it
read
here.
this kind
Yeah,
of a book, then what happens is that every time we go back to the meditation, then we come back with a shift, in an inner shift in perception. So the way that our system interfaces with the meditation and the codings of the meditation is different. It's a different inner journey, and what we do is all about inner journey. It's the
yeah,
Gnostic path of the knowing from the inner realms, from the inner worlds, through direct experience, through the inner experience. So this kind of a book and the interest of doing the meditations repeatedly is that it will never be the same teaching twice.
yeah. And that's the same for us. So when we do it also, it
Absolutely.
is it comes from such a deep place of guidance by these very high frequent beings, among them Mary Magdalene, of course. We feel that either the spoken meditations or also the written language in the book it's a language of light in a way, and it's bringing in, beside the leveling with our own resonance, it's also activating codes that are somehow ready to be amplified and to be turned on. It's like if you're facing a few sparkles that you're picking up and absorbing in your system, and it's opening up. And I feel when I'm doing the meditations myself again and again, that there's always layers under layers of codes. So that is about that resonance where we are in our personal process. And at the same time, I feel also it is incredible that we can look at language, guided language, spoken or written in a whole new way, that it's that the tones, the frequency, the resonance that comes with it activates in a very divinely way the parts in our body system in a whole new way.
It's a
And
different way of reading, isn't it, Petra? It's not really just an intellectual reading. It's a reading with the heart, and it's a reading with the whole body. And the body has many layers also. So it's this multi-dimensional reading. And this is what makes it be so unique for each person.
it is, and it happens. I mean, you can feel the language of light in so many ways.
Mhm.
Some can see it. I mean, if you look at the book, we have had the wonderful opportunity to work with Rosa Maria, and she made a very specific light code for the essence of this book. And as you, I don't know if you can see it, but she's using light language on all levels and the coding. And to meditate also on a code like that, that's many people nowadays luckily are able to transmit to the human family. It also activates these codes inside of us. So there's so many more layers than we had before, and
And
it's moving so fast.
yeah, and the codes are, these kinds of codes are really sixth dimensional language. And
Yeah,
we are processing in many dimensions at the same time, which is what makes it so complex and so nourishing. It's really
yeah,
incredibly nourishing.
it is. And what I feel also is there is a whole new realm opening up. And for us, it started also throughout the Great Regenesis, the last month, about the inner sight and observing in a whole new way what's happening in our own resonance, but also in our own geometry.
Mm.
Because I feel the response in our geometry based on the activations of these light codes and these light frequencies is also moving in a way, or is revealing itself. And seeing what an incredible divine geometric system we are in a way. I mean, we look at each other. I don't know how you see me, but I see hair, I see a human body. I think I see a human body. But in a way, if you look with your inner sight, you can also connect to these geometries and feel also the communication coming from these geometries as light codes almost. And I think there's a whole element changing at the moment with our perception, the way we look at things, the way we view things, the way we activate our inner sight, how we are invited to wash our inner sight from all disturbance throughout many experiences. And I feel there's more washing to do with our inner sight in these days. We see so many things happen. We have seen so many things, and it's in one of our meditations in the Great Regenesis, we were invited to wash our inner sight. And I would really invite everybody or remind everybody to keep working with that on a daily basis, because I feel our inner sight is opening up like a diamond, radiant, ready to see the world in a whole new way and use our inner sight also as a creation tool. But we'll talk about more about that in one of our workshops, I guess.
Yeah, it's I received a really interesting teaching recently. I was watching a talk given by David Sarita, who's living in Canada, working for the Department of Defense in Canada, in landmine bomb detection of all things. So
Whoa.
interesting. And nuclear fusion, advanced means of detection. And he was talking about different layers of light and different frequencies of light. And this is where I saw that it interfaces with what we do when we work with light frequencies and different rays. When we're talking about different rays, or when we're working through meditation with different rays, we are actually working with different frequencies of light.
Mhm.
It's when we perceive through these various frequencies of light, we perceive in various ways. So he was talking in his talk that he gave about how when he in his work they detect a certain things that they're looking for through a certain light, then they are able to see certain things. But if they put a different light through, then they see other things. And this is also with the rays that we work with, and about cleaning the inner eye, cleaning the pineal gland, so that we are perceiving at various frequency levels. And depending on what frequency is going through, that's what we are going to be seeing.
Yeah,
And we also know that the world is a 3D projection of what we see inside. So this is why I think this is why it's so important, actually, and why we, I think, are so committed to doing the work that we're doing,
yeah,
so that our perception and is changing. It's moving to higher and higher frequency levels through these higher and higher frequencies of light. And it's also allowing us to perceive the physical world in different ways.
yeah. I mean, if you imagine that everything is light and intelligence and held by the field of love, or infused by the field of love, um, I feel the field of light is so ready to create this whole new earth reality. And we are being prepared at the moment with all of our tools, with our complete multi-dimensional toolkit, which we can hardly understand how infinite it is in a way.
So
I feel
vast.
we are so we are so prepared for how does it work? How does it work with light, working with the light, working with the resonances? Why and when do specific flames or rays come in, and what do they do with our body? I think, yeah, I think it's a great invitation also for everybody watching this to feel what these different rays do with each and every one of us, how we feel ourselves in the field of light, in specific fields of lights, just to become more conscious of what our own experience is with working with the lights, with the light rays, the light flames, and see if we can connect to our resonance. Because some of us can more feel it or sense it, others will see it or hear it even. So our human senses are also developing in a whole new way. And we know that there's people who have clear, how do you call it, clairvoyance, clear sight, or
Mhm.
all these kind of things. But I feel also that is also opening up to a whole new way, which is has a direct impact on our perception.
Absolutely. And it
Yeah,
makes me think that we've been working more and more with these etheric temple cities, which are revealing themselves because we are able to match their frequency of resonance, both sonic and light frequencies.
yeah,
And these etheric temple complexes, they were not available to us before because of our forgetting. And now, as we are moving up into higher frequencies of light, we are able to perceive them, and I'm sure we will be perceiving them more and more, and interfacing with them more and more, and learning from these great temples of knowledge and wisdom. I mean, there are so many actually
yeah,
around our world, and basically integrating them into our consciousness so that they become like rocks on the ground, or trees in the
exactly.
woods beside our house. That these just become a part of our normal reality. I
Yeah.
really feel that's where we're going.
Yeah, it's happening already. I remember we were working last summer together, and we had this experience that we saw physical Lemurian beings, which before for me were really light beings, very, very etheric. but I could not really find the words. They were so palpable. And I said they feel like physical human beings, though they're way more transparent than our beings are at the moment. But it becomes more tangible in our earth reality. And that's a great change we're seeing already of the new.
Absolutely.
So, and that can happen with any kind of light being, you know, any kind of etheric being that you feel they become more tangible, more of the earth. But I think it's probably the other way around, or maybe it's both ways. I don't know. Maybe it's the other way around, that we become lighter in a way.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon, we hope.
Yeah. Enjoy the wonders of being on Earth. It's worth being here, and yeah, feeling the joy also of everything that's revealing itself.
Yeah.
Have a great day. Bye
Namaste.
bye.
Bye bye.
Namaste.